All right, let's look at something else. If I want to make these images square, but instead of having a different color background, I want to extend a background. Where in the world were these pictures? I think I made a temporary folder. I did make a temporary folder. There we go. So all of these. There. So if I just made this square, no matter how close I try to match the background, it still doesn't have that gradient to it, right? So what I need to do is I need to copy the background first. Should have done that first. And then I need to select the background. And if I move in like really close to her, see how I have a little bit of this gradient selected? And then I go Edit, Content Aware Scale. If I move it over, it moves that. Okay. But it's moving it up and down. So let's see, Command Z, Control Z. I have to hold down the Shift key, so it'll only move the direction that I'm moving my mouse. So hold down the Shift key, hold down my mouse button. After I move left, you're going to see, you should see, there we go. See the background getting stretched. And I can hit OK, and maybe I'll just reselect it. Stretch it again. Edit, Content Aware Scale. Hold down the Shift key and move that over and stretch it. There. So that works well a lot of the times, but sometimes literally there are stretch marks. In this case, there's enough grain. There aren't any, so we're okay. Now the computer's thinking really hard. All right, I must have too many windows open. There we go. So that worked out pretty good. If it looks like you can visibly see that the background's being stretched over, then you need to choose Content Aware Fill instead. What is going on? And not as much as this. Let's see. Just need to get a little bit of overlap. And then Edit, Content Aware Fill. Let's see what it does. We've already done this lesson. Okay, see how it does makes different choices for you. Let's hit OK. And then that's its own unique background or own unique layer. And we need to eventually select both, right click, and merge layers. I wish you could see that down here. Okay. If I move it out of the way, will it do it? No, come on. All right, well, here, we can go up to layer and find merge layers there. And that will merge these two. And if it's a clean background like this and we get some funky artifacts, I can use a blending brush or a blur tool, but this looks pretty good. So I would have to do that to all of these before I tile them together, right? And there are scripts that automate this, but they're just not as good as doing it manually. Here, let me show you how fast we can actually. I'm going to save that. No, not a PSD. I want to flatten the layer, flatten image. I'm going to save it. Yep. Send that away. And let's do this. grab the crop tool. It's a 1x1 square. Move it up, move it down. We'll see what's left on the side. I'm going to select the edges I want to fill. And I want to make sure that this like overlapping box is selected. So I can make multiple selections. Every time I make a new selection, it's just adding. And then edit, content or fill. Let's see what the preview does. That looks pretty good. Hit OK. Select both of these. Layer, merge layers. Actually, I should flatten everything, right? Flatten image. Save as JPEG. That works. Go on to the next one. Same thing. Duplicate the background. Get the crop tool. Make sure it's a square. Click. Make the selection. Again, make sure this overlapping box is selected so both selections can exist. And edit. Content or fill. Pretty good. Okay. Flatten the image. I'm going to save it. Great. Now I have to do that. I've done it 3 times. I have to do it 9 more times.